Hey, Coach, so glad you found us. Couple things. First of all, subscribe. We love those people that subscribe. That's the first thing. Second thing is go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Let me help you win more games, less time, 30 plus years of coaching. Come join our community. It is unbelievable. There's nothing else like it. 14-day free trial. It's the only place you'll find that on the web. Let us help you become better basketball coaches. All right, let's head off to the video.
So leading into that, that's a good lead in. So attending the state tournament, if you're not in it, do you think that's a good idea? Why or why not?
I don't know. It depends. I think it's a great opportunity, but now with how TV is, you can be able to sit on your couch and watch the games. It's kind of nice.
I'm usually doing
radio.
I'm usually doing radio if I'm not
Yep. For me, when I was a high school coach, I was always going every year. And then, as my daughter got older and, those type of things, I tended to just stay home.
Right.
I think it's a good time, but I don't think do you really think people really build connections and stuff at the state tournament? You really think that really happens?
I think it used to before the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association, which is referred to as the WIA, messed up the state tournament by getting rid of Thursdays mornings, and because people used to come down on Wednesday and then build community. But
I remember that.
Yeah, so I think and people don't come on Thursdays now. They come down for Friday. They come down late, and then they, So I think that's.
I also think it's a one thing to see a team on TV, and that's another thing to see a team live. And I think a young coach watching it,
young coaches should go. Yes.
They should really go, and I would just say that it's a great experience. I think you can get a lot of. It's funny that I watch a lot of times. I'll be watching what the coaching staffs are doing. It's hard when you become a basketball coach just to enjoy the game. I think that's the hard part now. Is like you watch it, so you micromanage everything that you watch, right?
Like, I can't watch
when I watch a college game. I'm like, what are they running there? Let me go back and let me see that baseline out of bounds play. What kind of screen coverage is that? Like I just know that my wife and my friends get so annoyed at me, but that's how I watch the game now for so long. Or I watch what these coaching staffs are doing, and it's good to see though, because the best teams they really have the best teams have a staff they're so fluid, right? They just know when something happens, it's going to happen. They got the rotation. It's good to see. And I would say definitely for an early coach, going to the state tournament is a great opportunity. And seeing it live is definitely worth your time.
Here's my theory with going to the state tournament is when you're a high school coach, your objective should be to win a state title. That should be your objective. It was my objective, 25 years ago, even though we took over a horrible program. That was my objective. So you want to see the promised land. You want to see what's going to happen when you get there, what introductions look like. So all that I think is really important.
I do too, but I also think that there's a lot of time if you're not making it past like their regional, going to sectional games are awesome. Those are some really good environments or really good games to watch. I think that sometimes the state games, depending on your sectional, you'll see some of the better games in the sectional time or a regional final. I think young coaches should really get out and watch other teams play. And especially teams that are in their division. So let's say that your Division III, even taking an hour drive to go and watch what other Division III teams are doing north of you or west of you or south of you. I'm getting a gauge of what these programs are doing, because every year you look at the rankings, it's normally the same teams every year that are usually your top teams. Once you build that program, they kind of do it for a long period of time. You'll have a couple teams that, have a good class or two, but, a lot of teams are always there, for a long period of time. And it's good to see that, and especially in those environments.
Right. And going back to that, it's like I always tell people the best game to coach in, to play in, is the 2 games before you get to the Kohl Center, which holds 18,000 people. Like I've coached, we went, I don't even know how many years we went, like 12, 13 straight years to the state tournament. Those games are more, I don't know what the right word, more generic, it's so big. You don't feel the crowd. You don't feel the energy.
You don't, and it's a bigger court. It's a little bit different. You know,
Different.
I don't think kids shoot as well. I don't think the game is. I think the games overall, those sectional games are like really good games of basketball.
Well,
to
no, it's because
watch
you put
because
3 or
there's still
4,000 people in a gym that's meant to not hold that many. It's
It's nuts.
crazy. It's awesome. I've told my guys, it's like that's what you want. You want to play in that game. Whatever happens, it's like that's the game you want to get to. You know, we got to win the first 2 to get to that game. Once we get to that game, it's like let's roll the dice, you know, but I agree. And the thing is, again, going back to the original question, should people go to the state tournament? Should high school coaches go to and experience it? I think you should. But I think your point is better, that they should definitely take their team / themselves to the sectional, because I think they'll experience.
Yeah, because that environment, watching how exciting those kids are. I mean, I get emotional just watching those high school kids and those coaches, especially like some of those guys that haven't been there a long time, and watching them get over the hump, like watching them cut the net down, like it's just like it's a magical time.
It is.
That it's not always captured. It's not captured on TV. It's captured in that gym. Like it's like basketball in its purity. It's a beautiful thing. If you're a big basketball fan and you're not in the sectional, you need to go into every sectional.
It's Hoosiers.
Yeah, it is.
It's Hoosiers. And you know the best part about it is they can't hear one word I'm saying, the officials. I can say whatever I want, and they hear zero of what I'm saying. Going back,
so you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about building that pathway between
building
the ref and
bridges.
you, right?
I'm building bridges.
Building bridges. Sorry,
I'm building bridges.
There is no construction at sectional.
You wait. I'm going to have that official. He's going to listen to this. I'm not putting it up until after the tournament. But you wait. I'm going to have that official, like the state tournament game or the sectional game or the first regional game, and it's like building bridges. Like, what are you talking? Anyway, don't get me started. But going back to the original thing that I threw out, I think you're right. I think it's a great idea to build those things.
I think it gets kids excited.
It does.
I really do. It's a different vibe than going to the state tournament. It's just superficial. I mean, state tournament's awesome,
closer,
but like
too.
that environment. Yeah, it's so much better.
It's so much better. I agree.
It's nuts.
All right.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like, and go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better.